Last week, we told you about the Smiths and their desperate effort to help their son who was suffering with severe pediatric long COVID. They're banking on a non-traditional clinic in Arkansas, which has given other long COVID kids their lives back. But getting there is not easy. Dylan Smith, now 14, fell ill to long COVID more than 2 years ago. His condition has spiraled down. He is now bedridden with a feeding tube and in chronic pain. But his parents have hope. Fast forward 1 year from now, what do you envision, what do you hope?
Oh my gosh, I hope that our son is running around this house. I hope we're back to a hectic schedule of watching him play soccer, just everyday normal life. Honestly, just watching him brush his teeth and wash his face.
Stacy and Mike Smith believe that is possible if they could get Dylan to a non-traditional medical facility in Fayetteville, Arkansas, called the Spiro Clinic. The founder and CEO says they are seeing great success in treating pediatric long COVID.
So far, we've had 100% success rate. Now we've had fewer than 10 severe long COVID cases. So it's not a big pool of patients, but I'm very excited about the possibility.
The clinic treats severe pain disorders such as complex regional pain syndrome or CRPS, and now pediatric long COVID. 14-year-old Tristan Kimmy is a long COVID patient who has been at the clinic for 5 months. He is now able to exercise on his own, even ride a scooter. This was Tristan back in January when he first arrived in a wheelchair. Mom Ashley says his symptoms were so horrific, he questioned whether he wanted to live. His brain felt like it was on fire. He had vision loss, blistering skin, stomach pain, nausea, a feeling like his body was being crushed.
We heard about Spiro. We weren't sure it was the right place, but we knew it was a neurological disease. We knew that. We knew that what was happening was not normal and that a child should never have to be in that kind of pain. A child should want to wake up every day, and to not want to do that because you're in so much pain that's not okay.
The treatment is outpatient and lasts 14 to 20 weeks. Therapists use as many as 16 different techniques, all treating the central nervous system.
Decreasing inflammation globally, body-wide, and then keeping the body very calm, the nervous system, so you can push very hard on the other end and not send that patient into a state where they have worse symptoms.
For Tristan's family, his progress in 5 months is nothing short of remarkable.
It is May and he is signing in every day at a 0 pain level. This child has 0 pain. Coming from a child who no longer wanted to wake up anymore because he was so scared to face the day with all the pain. And it's mind-blowing, it truly is. So he's gone from survival to playing with his brothers again. He's horsing around again, he's swimming in a pool. He's doing things that we couldn't even imagine him doing 5 months ago.
So what's the catch? Well, because the clinic is not mainstream medicine, it is not covered by insurance, and the price tag is high. Stacy estimates it will cost them about $100,000 for the treatment and the cost of temporarily relocating to Arkansas. The Smiths are grateful for help and support from their community, but the cost remains a difficult hurdle to overcome, especially since Stacy, a teacher, has been unable to work full-time, if at all, while caring for Dylan.
We just found out about the clinic in March and his start date is in June. So we have a short amount of time to raise a large amount of money.
There's nothing that that we can get from our government or Social Security, which is unfortunate. Dylan doesn't qualify. And even with some of the grants, they don't understand or recognize this type of treatment.
But Stacy and Mike will not give up until they get Dylan to the Spiro Clinic. In fact, they plan to take the whole family, 3 dogs included, to Fayetteville.
We'll figure it out. We just don't have a choice.
So you are determined?
Oh, we don't have a choice.
I said I will live in a tent if I have to.
Yeah, we will get him the treatment.
We have to save his life.
If you would like to help the Smith family, visit the website howisdylan.com. There is a link on our website. We hope to follow Dylan's story as his family fights to give their child his life back. Mindy Becerra, WBIL TV 11 News.